Red Bull currently leads the way in both the Drivers' and the Constructors' Championships. But not too long ago, we saw them struggle with a reliability issue that threatened to end their title aspirations right before it began. Even now that they seem to be flying, you get the feeling that they're not exactly out of the woods yet. Formula One is a fast-paced competition, and if this reliability issue somehow returns to hunt Red Bull, they could get dethroned within a few races. And that would be bad news, not just for the drivers, but for the team as a whole. In this video, we'll shine our magnifying glass on the reliability issue at Red Bull and discuss how it can impact their season. Current world champion and Red Bull driver Max Verstappen did some really impressive times during pre-season testing. And as you'd expect, many fans and analysts fancy him to continue from where he left off last season to go all the way this season. He would have fancied himself too, but in the earlier part of the season, Honda's decision to quit Formula One seems to have affected the efficiency of Red Bull's engine. As you all know, Red Bull is one of the 3 teams on the grid that are powered by Honda powertrains. The other 2 are McLaren and Red Bull's sister team, AlphaTauri. Following Honda's exit, Red Bull set up an in-house engine development team called Red Bull Powertrains to carry on from where the Japanese automaker left off. Honda also promised to provide on-track and remote support for the 2022 season, so everything seemed like it was going fine until the season kicked off in Bahrain and the 2 Red Bull drivers were forced out of the race. Verstappen was in second place behind the eventual race winner Charles Leclerc, but unfortunately he suffered brake, steering and fuel problems and eventually had to throw in the towel. First of all, the pace itself was not what I hoped for compared to Friday, Verstappen said, comparing the car's speed during the race to what was obtainable during testing. But after that, of course, I had that steering issue, a brake issue as well. They were overheating a lot if I wanted to attack. So after fighting with Charles, I had to let him go, the world champion added. However, the fuel pump failure proved to be the straw that broke the camel's back, as Max Verstappen was forced to retire in lap 54. Problems can happen, and you might have a retirement, but I think at this level, after already having so much information with engines and stuff, it shouldn't happen, unfortunately, the tenacious racer said. Following Verstappen's retirement, Red Bull's Sergio Perez moved to 3rd, boosting the team's chances to finish on the podium. But that was not to be, and he suffered engine failure and was forced to bow out at the first corner of the final lap. Red Bull team boss Christian Horner described the incident as a brutal finish and promised that the team would get into it and understand exactly what caused it. Meanwhile, before Verstappen and Perez left the race, Red Bull's sister team AlphaTauri had one of their cars go up in flames in lap 46. But thankfully, Pierre Gasly, who was in the driver's seat, escaped unhurt. Red Bull returned to winning ways in Saudi Arabia, with Max Verstappen clinching first position and Sergio Perez coming in 4th. But the reliability surfaced again with their sister team. Yuki Tsunoda experienced 2 separate failures that prevented him from racing in qualifiers and another breakdown on his way to the grid ahead of the race. Fast forward to the Australian Grand Prix, Red Bull suffered yet another disappointing reliability issue. This time, Max Verstappen was once again in second place behind Charles Leclerc on lap 38, when a huge smoke emerged from his power unit, causing him to suffer his second DNF in 3 races. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc cruised to the finish line unchallenged, leaving Verstappen 46 points behind the top position in the Drivers' Championship. We're already miles behind, so I don't even want to think about the championship fight at the moment, Verstappen said, adding that it's more important to finish races. Today was in general just a bad day, and not really having the pace, I was just managing my tyres to try to bring it to the end because it looked like quite an easy P2 and there was no point trying to fight Charles because I couldn't put pressure on him, the reigning world champion explained. But apparently the Red Bull driver was aware of issues with the engine before the race. I knew there was a problem and it was always going to be the case of trying to finish the race. But these kinds of things, if you want to fight for the title, cannot happen. Commentating on the disappointing incident, Red Bull's team principal Chris Horner said, "It is totally understandable his frustration. That was a really disappointing result to not finish the race." Chris Horner, for the umpteenth time, said he and his team were lost as to what the problem was. That certainly wouldn't have helped Verstappen's confidence, who sounded like he had already conceded the championship to Ferrari. Red Bull, however, won some sort of consolation prize on the day because Sergio Perez was able to finish second. But they could barely celebrate, knowing full well that the reliability issues were still very much around. And it wasn't just a one-off. Even worse, it was becoming a weekly affair. They risked losing out on the championship without putting in a challenge. It was obvious the new engine development team was not doing enough, and the drivers looked to be losing their patience. When quizzed about the engine failure suffered by Red Bull and AlphaTauri, Max Verstappen said, "Of course, we try to improve it, but at the moment it's not good enough. But it doesn't look like there's a clear fix, so we need to work hard to try to improve our reliability," he added. The reigning world champion also admitted the situation was surprising, and despite his earlier comments about not challenging for the championship, he still had one eye on the prize. If you want to fight for the title, you need to be ahead of Ferrari, and they are definitely on top of a lot of things, much better than us, Verstappen warned. However, he remained optimistic that Red Bull could still salvage the situation. "Well, yeah, it's a long season. At this stage, I think we need 45 races. But already being so far down in the championship from now on, we need to be ahead, which we are not at the moment, and we need to be reliable, which we are also not. So there's a lot of work ahead," the 24-year-old said. With reality lurking, Red Bull reached breakpoint and reached out to Honda for help. "We've been working with our colleagues at HRC in Japan, and they found the issue, and they resolved it," Chris Horner told Sky Sports F1. "And I believe we have a fix for this weekend. It was just very, very unfortunate. Apart from that's done tens of thousands of kilometres without even an issue that unfortunately appeared at exactly the wrong time in Australia." Since then, the Red Bull team has turned the corner, with Max Verstappen winning 5 of the next 6 races. Currently, Red Bull leads the Constructors' Championship, and their car has since recovered from the early season reliability issues to power Max Verstappen to the summit of the Drivers' Championship, ahead of his teammate Sergio Perez, who is not too far behind in second place. Based on the last 6 races, it looks like Honda has fixed the reliability issues, but we'll keep our eyes fixed on the situation to see if that's the case. What do you think? Will the reliability issue return again? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. That's it for today. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.